The 66th Armor Regiment is the oldest armored unit in the United States Army, tracing its lineage to the 301st Tank Battalion, which served with distinction soon after it was formed in the First World War. The 301st trained at Camp Meade, MD, where then Cpt.Dwight D.Eisenhower was an instructor. It has often been rumored that the 301st, the parent unit of the 66th, was first commanded by Col. George S. Patton, but this appears not to have been the case. While Patton was the first officer assigned to the Tank Corps, and while the 301st Tank Battalion was the first unit formed, Patton went nearly immediately to France to train Americans attached to Allied commands. The 301st was the only American heavy tank battalion to have seen action in the war. After the war, the 301st transitioned in the regular army to become the 66th Infantry Regiment by way of the 16th Tank Battalion. Current disposition: 2 battalions of the regiment are still in service in the regular army. 166R is assigned to the 3rd Brigade Combat Team of the 4th Infantry Division at Ft. Carson. The 1st Battalion has participated in combat operations in Operation Iraqi Freedom and in Operation Enduring Freedom. 366R is assigned to the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division garrisoned at Ft. Riley, Kansas. The 3rd Battalion has participated in combat operations in Operation Iraqi Freedom and in Operation Enduring Freedom. History: World War I. The 1st and 2nd Provisional Brigades of the United States Tank Corps would eventually go on to provide the original cadre for what would become the 66th Armored Regiment in World War II. In September 1918, both brigades, which were attached to the 1st Infantry Division in France, participated in the Battle of Saint-Mihiel and the Meuse-Argonne Offensive, operating French-built Renault FD tanks. 5 days before the armistice with Germany, the brigades were renamed respectively the 304th and 305th Brigades. Tank Corps on 6 November 1918. The casualties in the unit led General John J. Pershing to say, "The percentage of casualties among the officers and men tells the tale of splendid morale and gallantry in action and their unselfish devotion to duty." The regiment's organization day was chosen as the 12th of September to commemorate its baptism of fire at Saint-Mihiel. The headquarters and headquarters companies of the 304th and 305th Tank Brigades transferred in 1919 to Camp Meade, Maryland, and consolidated on the 22nd of June 1921, reorganized and redesignated as HHC, 1st Tank Group. This organization reorganized and was redesignated HHC, 1st Tank Regiment on 1 September 1929, as the 66th Infantry Regiment on 25 October 1932, and as the 66th Armored Regiment on 15 July 1940, to become part of the newly formed 2nd Armored Division, stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. World War II. In December 1942, the regiment participated in the amphibious invasion of French Morocco in North Africa and led the division's entry into Casablanca. The regiment participated in the invasion of Sicily and through fierce fighting earned the unit 6 battle streamers during the war. In 1944, the 3 battalions of the regiment went into action on the European continent, beginning landing on Omaha Beach on D+3. 4 days later, the regiment fought through elements of the German 6th Fallschirmjäger Regiment and elements of the 17th SS Panzer Grenadier Division southwest of Carentan, France at the Battle of Bloody Gulch. Later progress was also initially difficult in combat against elements of the newly arrived 116th Panzer Division and surviving elements of the FD, Panzer Division, in a difficult battle in the streets of the village of Percy and on surrounding high ground on the 30th of July, against some of the 8th Panthers General Lieutenant Fritz Bayerlin had found and rallied from workshops at neighboring Vilborden on the 28th of July. The 366th was to lose 13 tanks and was forced to pull out of the village, losing another 5 tanks outside Percy to heavy nebula for another mortar fire. On 31 July, 3rd 66th was down to only 24 operational tanks. The regiment fought across France to the German border with the rest of the division and the U.S. Third Army, but was diverted north to counter the German advance during the Battle of the Bulge, assisting in the destruction of the 2nd Panzer Division and capturing Houflies, Belgium. The regiment was twice cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army. Captain James M. Burt, the commander of B Company, 66th Armored Regiment, was awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroism during the Battle of Aachen in October 1944. Captain Burt later served as honorary colonel of the regiment. Cold War. Following the war, elements of the 66th and other units of the 2nd Armored Division were selected to occupy the American sector of Berlin and serve as the first American troops to enter the fallen German capital. During the Korean War, an offspring of the 66th fought under the designation 6th Tank Battalion. During the war, the 6th won 7 battle streamers and the Korean Presidential Unit Citation. These honors were awarded to the 66th Armored Regiment when the 6th Tank Battalion was inactivated after the conflict. Throughout the Cold War, the 4 battalions of the regiment served in the 2nd Armored Division at FD Hood, Texas, and as part of the 2nd Armored Division in the Federal Republic of Germany. Desert Storm. In 1991, during Operation Desert Storm, the regiment assisted in the liberation of Kuwait and the defeat of the Iraqi army. The 2nd and 3rd Battalions of the regiment, stationed in Germany as part of the 2nd Armored Division, deployed and fought under the operational control of the 1st Infantry Division as part of Task Force 1-41 Infantry. The 4th Battalion, along with the 3D Brigade of the 3rd Infantry Division, was attached to the 1st Armored Division. The 2nd and 3rd Battalions served in the Battle of 73 Easting and the Battle of Norfolk. The Phantom Brigade became the 1st Armor's lead brigade for 7 Corps Left Hook to smash the Iraqi Republican Guard divisions. It served in the largest tank battle in American history at the Battle of Medina Ridge. In the spring of 1995, the 1st Battalion of the 66th was assigned to assist over 5,000 Cuban and Haitian refugees interned at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Global War on Terror. The 1st and 3rd Battalions deployed to Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. 3-66 Armor was deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom for 2003-2004 and 1-66 Armor deployed shortly after 3-66 Armor to Operation Iraqi Freedom from 2003-2004 as well. 1-66 Armored Regiment also deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom from 2008-2009. This was the last tour of duty for 1-66 Armor BN while stationed at Fort Hood, TX before relocating to Fort Carson, CO. 1-66 Armor BN was then deployed to Operation Enduring Freedom from 2010-2011, as part of the surge in the volatile Arghandab River Valley west of Kandahar City in RC South. 3-66 Armor BN was recently deployed to Operation Enduring Freedom from 2011-2012 to Paktika Province in RC East. Coat of Arms. Shield. Tierst in Perl reversed gules Azure and or indexed to chief and escutcheon Azure semi de lisse charged with saltire of the last overall, a label of 3 points argent, crest, on a wreath of the 3 colours a wyvern couchant regardant to sinister argent, grasping in its dexter chloropine tree inverted and or eradicated proper, and charged on its neck with a label of 3 points azure. Motto, Semper in Hostes. Symbolism. The coat of arms was originally approved for the 15th Tank Battalion, part of which was in the old 304th Tank Brigade. Therefore, the shield and crest of the 304th Tank Brigade are used with the label added for difference. The shield is of the colors of the Tank Corps shoulder sleeve insignia. The brigade was organized at Langs, France, in 1918, and the arms of Langs are shown on an escutcheon with the saltire changed from red to gold for difference. The wyvern is from the original insignia of the French Tank Corps. The uprooted pine tree commemorates the activities of the brigade in the Argonne Forest during the Meuse-Argonne operations. Lineage. World War I organized in August 1918 in the American Expeditionary Forces in France as headquarters and headquarters companies. 1st and 2D Provisional Brigades. Tank Corps, redesignated the 6th of November 1918 as headquarters and headquarters companies. 304th and 305th Brigades. Tank Corps, respectively, consolidated and redesignated the 22nd of June 1921 as headquarters and headquarters company. 1st Tank Group, reorganized and redesignated the 1st of September 1929 as headquarters and headquarters company. 1st Tank Regiment, remainder of the 1st Tank Regiment organized from existing units as follows: 16th Tank Battalion reorganized and redesignated as the 1st Battalion, 1st Tank Regiment. 15th Tank Battalion reorganized and redesignated as the 2D Battalion, 1st Tank Regiment. 18th Tank Battalion redesignated as the 3D Battalion, 1st Tank Regiment. 21st Tank Maintenance Company redesignated as the Service Company. 1st Tank Regiment converted and redesignated the 25th of October 1932 as the 66th Infantry. World War II converted and redesignated the 15th of July 1940 as the 66th Armored Regiment and assigned to the 2D Armored Division. Regiment broken up the 25th of March 1946 and its elements reorganized and redesignated as elements of the 2D Armored Division as follows. Regimental Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion, and Company D as the 66th Tank Battalion, 2nd Battalion and Headquarters Company, 3D Battalion as Headquarters and Headquarters Company, Companies A and B and Service Company, 6th Tank Battalion Reconnaissance Company as Troop D, 82D Cavalry Reconnaissance Squadron, Mechanized, Service Company as the Service Company, 12th Armored Infantry Battalion, 3D Battalion and Maintenance Company disbanded after the 25th of March 1946. The above units underwent changes as follows. 66th Tank Battalion redesignated the 5th of January 1949 as the 66th Medium Tank Battalion redesignated the 1st of April 1953 as the 66th Tank Battalion and activated the 1st of July 1957 in Germany and relieved from assignment to the 2D Armored Division. 6th Tank Battalion redesignated the 31st of January 1949 as the 6th Medium Tank Battalion relieved the 14th of July 1950 from assignment to the 2D Armored Division. Assigned the 29th of October 1950 to the 24th Infantry Division redesignated the 10th of November 1951 as the 6th Tank Battalion and activated the 5th of June 1958 in Korea and relieved from assignment to the 24th Infantry Division. Division. Troop D, 82d Mechanized Cavalry Reconnaissance Squadron, redesignated 17 January 1948 as Company D, 82d Reconnaissance Battalion, and activated 1 July 1957 in Germany and relieved from assignment to the 2d Armored Division. Service Company, 12th Armored Infantry Battalion, redesignated 11th October 1948 as Company D, 12th Armored Infantry Battalion, and activated 1 July 1957 in Germany and relieved from assignment to the 2d Armored Division. Maintenance Company and Companies G, H, and I, 66th Armored Regiment, reconstituted 1 July 1957 in the Regular Army 6th Tank Battalion, 66th Tank Battalion, Company D, 82d Reconnaissance Battalion, Company D, 12th Armored Infantry Battalion, and the Maintenance Company and Companies G, H, I, 66th Armored Regiment, consolidated, reorganized and redesignated 1 July 1957 as the 66th Armor Apparent Regiment under the Combat Arms Regimental System, withdrawn 1 October 1983 from the Combat Arms Regimental System and reorganized under the United States Army Regimental System. Honors, Campaign Participation Credit Decorations, Presidential Unit Citation for Normandy, Presidential Unit Citation for Vile River, Presidential Unit Citation for Roer River, the Valorous Unit Award for Iraq Kuwait, the Valorous Unit Award for Iraq OIF 0709 New Baghdad, Belgian Forage 1940. Meritorious Unit Citation awarded 10 March 2010 for Operation Iraqi Freedom 0810, cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army for Action in Belgium 1944, cited in the Order of the Day of the Belgian Army for Action in the Ardennes. Bibliography: American Forces in Action Series, Historical Division, United States Army Center of Military History, Omaha Beach Head, CMH Pub 100-11, Utah Beach to Cherbourg, CMH Pub 100-12, St. Louis, CMH Pub 100-13. Other United States Army Center of Military History publications: United States Army in the Korean War, Policy and Direction, The First Year, CMH Pub 1 January 20. South to the NEKTONG, North to the Yalu, CMH Pub 1 February 20. Truce Tent and Fighting Front, CMH Pub 1 March 20. Ebb and Flow November 1950, July 1951, CMH Pub. Other publications: Barth, George B. Tropic Lightning in Taro Leaf in Korea, N.P. 1953. Blumenson, Martin. Breakout and Pursuit, 1961. Cole, Hugh M. The Ardennes, Battle of the Bulge, 1965. Harrison, Gordon. A Cross-Channel Attack, 1951. Garland, Albert N. and Howard McGaw-Smith. Sicily and the Surrender of Italy, 1965. Howe, George F. Northwest Africa, Seizing the Initiative in the West, 1957. MacDonald, Charles B. The Siegfried Line Campaign, 1963. Statmauer, Soleil, editor. A Pictorial History of the Victory Division in Korea. Tokyo, Japan, 1953. Guderian, Major Heinz Günther, From Normandy to the Ruhr with the 116th Panzer Division. Berlin, General Lieutenant Fritz. After-action reports of the Panzer Lehr Division commander, From D-Day to the Ruhr.